Okay. Here we are in the Stanley Parable. Begin the game. I've been meaning to play this for a while now.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Good for Stanley.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So I am Stanley. I'm so confused on what I'm supposed to do already.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I see how this is gonna be. I have always followed this motto that right is right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
What if I, don't... though... Fine, I'll follow the story.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
It's a big red button. I want to push it. I want to push it. I'm gonna push it. This was a bad idea, wasn't it?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Yeah, okay, get me out of here, bruh.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Oh my gosh.
Now, let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
That's a truck. Whoa.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No.
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay, fine. I'll do exactly as you say. And then you said door on the left.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh, gosh. Oh my god, why are there so many dang options? It's like a maze.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh my gosh. Now there's no doors. What did you do this time, buddy?
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd missed something.
Oh.
The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh, you're gonna be very angry. Oh my gosh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yay! I did it!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay. We're going back. Hold on. The end is never the end.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay. I'll follow the line.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction.
Okay.
Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what?
There we go.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
There's no music playing. I think I turned off the music. Whoa! That scared me! Okay, you know what? We're gonna keep going. I don't know how well you can hear me right now. It's so loud. Hold on. Oh. My gosh, my editor is gonna have fun editing that. Have fun making some audio levels. You know what? Let's keep going. Hey. Da, da, da. Dun, da, da, da.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
This fern?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I swear to God, if later in the story it asks me like how many leaves there are.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh,
We're back here.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Which direction? This way?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Okay, my imagination. Does that mean I can do like anything?
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay, we're here.
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Yay.
How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay.
I'm gonna walk the other way.
So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
Right
Come,
is
Stanley.
right.
Our
Right
destiny
is right.
awaits.
Right is right. I've been playing the confusion
what's
ending
this?
for 16 minutes.
The confusion ending. You're telling me
Deviate.
that's what this is?
Oh, wait,
It's
all of
one
these
giant ending.
came. All of
We're
these are things
supposed
I
to
did
restart the game what, eight times?
after a long time.
Really, how
Stanley dies.
all this goes? It's all determined. So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
Does this mean I'm dead?
How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Oh my god, that scared me.
Gone. What could it mean?
Oh my god.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
Oh my
room.
god. Okay.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. So in the confusion ending thing, it said that the narrator would lose his memory. So he lost his memory when the thing was restarted. So I'm gonna follow his lead. So this time it's an actual restart because he forgot his memory, but I have not because I am human and he is some sort of computer that they wiped its memory. Now we're back at this room.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors.
He entered the door on his left. This is when I entered the door on my right. I'm gonna go on the left this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Is this supposed to be creepy? It is creepy.
Stepping into his manager's office,
gosh.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Another button! Yo, I'm actually like sweating. I don't know why.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. I'm gonna go this way.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Oh, that's
Stanley
the
thought to
platform
himself.
up there.
Did he have
where
the strength to
there
find
was
out?
the screens, and I want to look at the screens. Press the button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Where's what am I?
Each bore the
427?
number of
That's
an
me, right?
employee in the building.
Yeah.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable.
Wait, where am I going?
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart
my
of the
God.
operation.
My
Controls
brain. Too
labeled
many
with
options.
emotions. Happy
Too many
or sad
options.
or content.
I can
Walking,
turn
eating,
something
working,
on. I can
all of
press
it
a
monitored
red
and
button or a
commanded from
blue
this
button.
very
I can
place.
press.
And as the cold reality
Okay,
of
wait,
his
I'm gonna listen
past
to them.
began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay, so I can either pick on or off. I believe everything is off. So we're gonna turn it back on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I sure
After
did.
they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
No, but I'm just curious.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
What?
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode.
Eliminating
the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious
5.
moments each one of
We're gonna
them
go
is.
back. Oh wait,
More time
0,
to
5.
talk about you,
Oh, there's so many different
about
combinations.
me. Where are we going?
Okay, we're gonna wait.
What
There's
all
a
this
0.
means? Is it
What
that
was
you
the
have no
code of
idea
the
where you're
dang
going or
door?
what you're supposed to be doing
The
right
door,
now?
the door that actually
Or
like
did
got
you
me
just
into here. That was in
assume
the
when you saw
boss's
that
thing. It was
timer
2.
that something in this room
Oh no,
was
it had an
capable of
8 in it.
turning
There's no
on.
8 here. 2.
I mean, look at you. It's a tragedy. You wanted to
Dude.
control this world, that's fine.
Orange.
But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
The
30
rock
seconds
music is
until a big boom
unnecessary.
and nothing. Know your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever up.
I don't think I made it, guys. I think I died. So now I'm gonna go down. And then I'm gonna go through that escape room again. Or like that escape hallway. Here, go through here, go through
Stanley
here.
walked straight ahead through the large door
And then
that
I'm gonna
read
go this
Mind
way.
Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
We're gonna keep going. This is very creepy.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I don't like this. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he
snap.
reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss,
Jesus.
like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh my gosh.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What is this?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
On my computer. The 2 doors. The set of 2 doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight, Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient, I don't know that word, and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of the people who like shooters, which was not our intention. To the apartment ending. Wait, I don't know that one. Wait. These are all spoilers. Wait. I don't want to see these spoilers. Okay. There's so many different endings. That's crazy. Okay. Well, this is where I'm going to end it. If you want to see a part 2 where I go for a completely different ending, then just put that down in the comments and I'll see you there.